Hey everybody, welcome to my very basic guide, where you learn to speak softly and carry a big instrument to show off your expertise. In this case, your expert abilities lie in causing brain damage, telling spooky stories, stealing faces, and gripping enemies with balls, which charms them into doing your bidding. If this all sounds ideal to you, then maybe the College of Whispers is the right post-secondary educational path for you to take in order to get ahead in life and achieve your bardic aspirations. Being a bard means you will probably never excel in one particular field. You will never heal better than a life cleric, you can't tank as well as a barbarian, and probably can't be able to destroy faces like a blastlock, but an adventure will always be beset by a wide multitude of varying challenges, which is where the bard's true strength lies. A bard can be a decent healer, a support caster, a damage-dealing blaster, a skill monkey, and a charming face to lead conversations. Versatility is a strong feature to have in Dungeons & Dragons, and the bard has it in spades. With features like Jack of all trades giving you half your proficiency bonus to all ability checks that you're not proficient in, Song of Rest healing your party more when using hit dice during a short rest, Expertise giving you double your normal proficiency bonus for 2 chosen skill proficiencies in level 3, Bardic Inspiration, the big feature for bards allows you to selflessly help out your allies as long as your party members don't forget that they have them. Bardic Inspiration also gets stronger as you level up in the bard class, growing from a d6 to start with, a d8 at level 5, a d10 at level 10, and capping out as a d12 at level 15. And of course, a bunch of utility spells that bards get early on, such as Vicious Mockery and Dissonant Whispers, which helps the bard survive the early game and transition into a much more powerful spellcaster later on. But with the general preamble out of the way, let's talk about the specific features that a higher education in the College of Whispers can get you. Right away at level 3, we get Psychic Blades. Psychic Blades allows you to imbue your own attacks with brain damage once per round on your turn using your Bardic Inspiration as the fuel. Psychic Blades deals 2d6 psychic damage. You can put it on any weapon attack, which gives versatility and playstyle for any Whisper Bard. Even though 2d6 extra damage is not great when compared to giving your allies Bardic Inspiration support for their rolls, the Bard's lack of good damage options gives this feature a niche. Also at level 5, Bardic Inspiration is regained on short rests, making them much more expendable. Psychic Blades also scales pretty well, doing 3d6 at level 5, 5d6 at level 10, and 8d6 at level 18. Because it is extra damage to a weapon attack, the psychic damage gets doubled as well when you score a critical hit. Another feature they get right away at level 3 is Words of Terror. Being alone and talking to you for 1 minute is enough to induce a pants-pissing state in any poor fool, forcing them to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, then they are frightened of you, or anyone else of your choice, and if they succeed, then they will never know that you even tried to give them a fright. If they do get spooked, then the frightened condition will last for an hour, or until it gets attacked or damaged, or until it sees its allies being attacked or damaged. And after that, you will need to rest your throat in a short or long rest once you use this feature. Words of Terror is a very interesting ability that adds a crazy amount of storytelling utility for the Whispers Bard. It can also potentially be mechanically useful when an NPC has disadvantage on all of their saving throws from the frightened condition from you, and you try to, for example, interrogate them for more information, question them about so-and-so, and maybe even ask them for higher pay, to cover your adventure expenses of course. Overall, I think Words of Terror can be pretty nice in the right hands and in the right situations. But now it's time to talk about the next Bardic College feature, which comes at level 6, where we become shape-shifting lizard people with our Mantel of Whispers. When a humanoid dies within 30 feet of your person, you get to steal the shadow with your reaction and turn that shadow into disguise with your action. This creepy skin suit will last for 1 hour or until you end it with a bonus action, but whilst you are in the dead person's skin, you gain access to their surface level memories, allowing you to act as they normally would act in their day-to-day lives. You do not gain any access to their deep, dark secrets or things that they wouldn't tell a stranger though. However, the disguise is not perfect. If you've raised enough suspicion, then an NPC can try and see through disguise by rolling an insight check, contested against your deception check with a +5 bonus. You can only have one shadow captured at a time, and cannot try to suck out another soul of another unfortunate fellow until you short or long rest. Alongside your Words of Terror and the wide variety of bard spells you have at your disposal, the Mantle of Whispers can be an incredible asset for you to sneak into places usually restricted to nosy adventurers. Of course, you gotta kill someone first to steal their identity, and so you're more like a lethal Agent 47 in that sense. It is also important to note that at level 10, the Bard gets Expertise and 2 more of their skill proficiencies, which totals to 4 skills in which you have Expertise in, granting double the proficiency bonus, and Magical Secrets, which allows you to choose 2 spells from any spell list, and they will count as Bard spells for you. At level 10, you can pick any spells up to spell level 5, which is pretty amazing. And finally, at level 14, we get our final Bard College feature, Shadow Lore. This insidious ability makes your previous subclass features even better. Shadow Lore allows you to whisper naughty things to someone within 30 feet that can hear you, and only that person can hear what your sweet nothings are. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and if they succeed, they can only hear weird mumblings, but if they fail, they are swooned by your charms and receive the charm condition from you for the next 8 hours. If you or your friends attack, damage, or throw spells on the charmed individual, then that ends the effect of Shadow Lore. The charmed creature thinks you know their deepest, darkest secrets, and are blackmailed into following your commands, which feels pretty good, especially since you probably have no idea what their secret is. The person that is under your grips will probably not die or fight for you, but they will still offer you gifts and favors that it usually only gives to close friends. Shadow lore is really good because it gives you knowledge of how a close friendship can actually feel, even if they only do it out of fear and it only lasts for 8 hours, but the amount of roleplay that can spring from this, combined with killing people to wear their skin from Mantel of Whispers and spooking people with Words of Terror, with a bunch of other spells that bards have access to, like Suggestion, Modify Memory, and Gios, it can make for a really fun time or a very confusing disaster. Also, at level 14, you get another Magical Secrets boost, allowing for 2 more spells from any spell list as long as you have the spell slots to cast them, and at level 18 you get even more Magical Secrets, bringing the grand total up to 6 spells from any spell list, allowing for an incredible diversity of builds and personal chase customization, depending on your setting and character identity. The Bard class has a lot to offer for any player that is willing to truly inhabit the spirit of being a wisecracking silver-tongued charmer, and in fact it demands a level of confidence from the player when interacting with the world in order for the Bard to feel powerful and fun. It is considered one of the strongest classes in Dungeons & Dragons, not because of its raw power, but because of the creative and versatile package that the base class offers for anyone that's willing to take on the mantle. Specifically, the College of Whispers is geared towards masterminding events and manipulating people from the shadows. It excels at creating hugely rewarding scenarios that you put the elbow grease in and actually being convincing and talkative to NPCs. It lacks the mechanical crunch from other caster classes in combat scenarios, but I do think the abilities that the Whispers Bard get is very unique and brings out a fantastic style of play that can be very fun if the player is really into playing the character and immersed inside the world that they're screwing over. In conclusion, the Whispers Bard emphasizes the strong points already present for a player that already knows how to play a bard, and exasperates the pains for anyone that isn't into the heavy amounts of role-playing that is required to truly enjoy what the bard has to offer. As always, I hope that anyone who happens to watch my stuff enjoys what I create as much as I enjoy creating in the first place. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye for now.